What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of No Country for Otakus. And this week it's just me, so we're trying this solo thing again. My buddy, yeah, he had to do stuff with his wife and kids, so you know how it goes. And he's in England, so late start. Got a good excuse for my late start though. Um, see, what happened is, so I just got Cyberpunk, and and I started playing it last night and it went, and it went, and then I see though light started coming through the shades at my apartment, and it was like 6:30 going on to 7, and I hadn't slept yet, so I had to like see if I go to bed, and I still haven't passed the prologue, so that's always a plus, you know. All right, so this week we're gonna go over a really good anime. You know, this is the first episode for December, episode 14. And then next week for the Christmas, it'll be episode 15. And then hopefully we wrap up the year. Hopefully Dwayne's here. And we can wrap up the year with a top 5 list or something like that. Just shooting the shit. Then there's a lot of stuff coming out. You know, Star Wars announced a whole bunch of stuff. Disney for Star Wars announced a bunch of stuff. Um, there's a bunch of TV shows coming out for Disney Plus, which is pretty cool. They're doing a lot of TV shows now. It's actually pretty crazy. Um, and then what I'm gonna do is try to show a lot of trailers and stuff, and hopefully I could upload this to YouTube because last time I think it was probably the audio. So I'm gonna try to do as much talking over the trailers and stuff because man, they came for me, man. Oh my god, so many copyright stuff. I think Bandai Namco they straight banned my video, so I had to take their whole section out. I think that was I'm trying to think, but no, that was the solo episode. I was doing forget the Promised Neverland, and I showed that trailer, but they came for me, man. They blocked my whole video. I had to take that section out so I can at least get the video up. Um, so let's go ahead and think. So we're gonna start off here. If you haven't seen Made in Abyss, it's very good anime, great animation style. I really enjoyed it. So it was funny because the kids in this anime had like really big heads, and their bodies are like, but they're all like kids. They're like really young, but it's still funny because of how the art style is. Good fight sequences and stuff. So I'm gonna just show a little bit of this trailer. There won't be no audio though. Actually, I'm gonna put the audio really low. See if I can get rid of it. So yeah, man. So these two kids, man, they pretty much they went down. There's this hole that opened up in on this island, and it pretty much goes straight down. Now, if you know how the Earth is, I don't know how the hell they managed to do that, but hey, but so it goes straight down. It's full of animals, and there's different layers as you go down, and it's a whole different world down there. And each as you go further and further down, the more it affects you. And the thing about it is let's go ahead and turn this down. The thing about it is as you come back up, you start after I think layer 6. When you try to come back up, you get hit with a curse, and it causes you to transform. And we're gonna cover that real quick, because as we go through, because you find out what it actually does to a human as they come back up from a certain level. And most people don't go that far down. Only a certain group of people, uh, which they have white whistles, and they're the only ones that can access that level. So what I was saying, man, great anime, very good characters. Even like some of the characters that just pop up along the way. Uh, Pretty strong. There is a hell of a villain that shows up at layer 5. Uh, demented, demented. And I remember stumbling on this anime. Um, when did I stumble on it? I think, uh, yeah, I was looking for obviously. I was looking for anime to watch, and sometimes you get some weird stuff, man. You think of something, and then you get a commercial, and I think it popped up on my Instagram. Was it Instagram? No, no, it was a YouTube ad. Go figure. YouTube ad, and it popped up, and boom, we off to the races. I was like, man, this shit look good. So my ass went searching, and I found it on it's on Crunchyroll. Found it on Crunchyroll, and at that point there was only 2 movies out, and there's a 13 episode series, and obviously there's the manga if you choose to read it. The manga's still going on. All right, so we could go ahead and close that out. So pretty much the manga came out in 2012, and it's still going on today. So even though this is a review, it's only a review of what I've seen so far. I haven't read all the manga because I actually watched the TV shows first. So sometimes it's hard when you start watching something on TV. It's hard to go ahead and switch over to what's they say, switch over to to reading. There's a lot of anime that I think Attack on Titan is one that I started watching, but they take so long to bring out those damn seasons that I couldn't wait. So I went ahead. I think at the end of season 1, I started the manga, and now I'm all the way at the far off in the manga. They just dropped their most recent season, and it's looking pretty good, man. That show is depressing. This week, in the lead up to this review, I started watching. So I watched over all 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, plus the most recent episode. Broke me. And then Hayaku, the volleyball one. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I went ahead and watched that too, and yeah, that was pretty good. I love certain sports anime. Sports anime tend to get repetitive sometimes though. Like sometimes like I don't know why a match in the sports anime takes like 10 episodes. It's so annoying. Anyway, so Made in Abyss. It's pretty much follows this orphan girl named Riko. And pretty much this, like I was saying earlier, hole opens up, or they find an island with this massive hole, and pretty much it just goes straight down. No one's ever seen, at least no one's ever seen the bottom to our knowledge. And so it started off with adventures just going down, discovering different relics, stuff like that, and then eventually it manifested. I think that's a word, to this massive city right by this hole. So pretty much people go down, they come back up, and they different whistles. Like the red whistles are people are just starting out, right? And they're kids, different orphans and stuff. And obviously in this sort of thing, it's called like a lot of people die when they go down this hole, which is pretty morbid. And obviously they have kids and stuff. So like there's literally an orphanage just training kids to be different explorers and stuff with this hole in the ground. And and this girl Riko is in there because her mom Lyza, I think her name is. Yeah, Lisa went down the whole 10 years prior. She fucking abandoned her kid. What the? Alright, man. Like, there's something about anime and really bad parenting. There's like extremes. There's like really good parenting, and then it like always show like dark. Like, there's a lot of anime that have dark parenting. Like, the parent beat on the kid or, try to kill the kid and stuff like that. And we covered a couple animes here on No Country for Otakus that you're like, bro, what the fuck is up with the parents in these Sam animes, man? But yeah, so her parent dipped, went down, and she's a white whistle too, and went down into the abyss 10 years prior, and her whistle comes back up, yeah, her whistle comes back up, and the girl Riko actually has it. And while she was doing her cave diving, she was doing her red whistle training and stuff. She falls upon Reg. He doesn't have a name at that point, and that's my boy here with the Buster Cannon. Like if you watch Gundam Wing, Buster Rifle. But yeah, he fires a like pretty much a energy beam out his hand, and it messes him up pretty good. But it's pretty fun. So she finds him, takes her back, and the thing is, you're not supposed to keep any relics that you find. So she was supposed to turn her in, but she has like a secret room and stuff, her room, and her and some friends pretty much wake him. Well, he was up, but then they hit him with some electricity and wake his ass up anyway. And that's when she names him Reg, and Reg was the name of her like a dog that she had. So I guess it was had. That's kind of fucked up that she named him that, but you know. And pretty much she after the whistle comes up and stuff, and she takes that, and then she sees a letter that's supposedly from her mom saying, "Hey, I'm waiting for you at the bottom of the abyss." And she's always been like headstrong, Riko. So she was like, "Yo, I'm going down in this abyss, and ain't nothing y'all could do to stop me." And obviously Reg said, "Yo, I'll go with you, because I need to figure out because he has no memory, lost his memory when they found him." So he was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you, and maybe I could find out what's going on about myself." And they pretty much set off in the on their way down to the abyss together. And so, say the way the show is there's a TV series that came out in 2017, 13 episodes, which covers pretty much the first two movies that came out after Part One and Part Two in 2019. Both came out in January, and it goes up to I think the fourth layer. Is it the fourth layer or the third layer? I think it's the third layer they go up to, and that's when they meet. Uh, so they come up with this. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Hedgehog, some shit. And when they fight this hedgehog, Riko gets smacked in the arm. I skipped the whole part. I gotta go back. But gets sticked in her arm, and I say her arm was fucking massive, yo. Like, what the hell? It was all swollen and shit. And she was like, "You gotta cut it off." And she's like passing out. She's bleeding through her eyes and shit. And poor Reg is like, "Oh," so he tries to break her arm. I mean, cut her arm off, but does like a shitty job. So he just breaks it, and she's screaming and he's crying. She, and then a character called Na- Nanachi, Nanachi, this chick. Anyway, so I'm really bad at names. I need to apologize. So Nanachi comes through and pretty much helps. But to rewind, before they get there and they meet this character, Ozen, and she's like in the outpost, which is like in layer two, which is I think the upside down forest. And they decide to stay there and stuff. And I'm gonna be real. At first, I was like, "Yo, this woman, she got a villain look, man. She's like in black and white and shit." Oh man. So she like tests him, but when she first starts the test, cause Riko gets up and she's like, "Yo, I gotta pee. I need to find a bathroom." She stumbles upon this little creature walking around. She freaks out, goes to sleep with Rag, pees Rag's bed. So they're all joking about it, which was a pretty sweet part. And then they bring her in, and she's like, "Yeah, I threw her in this thing, and it came back to life, and that's what happened to you because apparently, when her mom Lyza went down, she was pregnant with her, but she born stillborn, and then they put her into this relic thing, and it looks like a cube, but it breaks apart, and they put it right in the middle, and then they close it up. They were trying to take it back up to the top, and she came back to well, I can't. Is it come back to life? Would it be come back to life if she was stillborn? Yeah, so she came back to life, which was pretty neat, I guess, pretty weird. So she was actually alive or something to do with the abyss. I'm not sure if they went over that in the manga, but they went over it a little bit, but they never actually explained why she came back to life. We just assume it's because they put her in that relic that they found in the abyss that it was bringing back to the top. So that's how Riko was alive. So I mean, she's straight battling. They had a mini fight, which is pretty good in the animation. It was well done. Um, they had a little mini fight. Rag straight fighting Ozen. Ozen's toying with him, whooping that ass. And he fires off his cannon, which is back to what I was saying, his hand cannon, and he immediately passes out right after. so so he comes back to, and she's like, "Yo, I was just testing to see where y'all at, to see if y'all have what it takes to go down the hole." And what's crazy is that she's like, "You was out for 2 hours and nothing I did, man. Slap you, beat you up, smack you in the face. Nothing will wake your ass up." So apparently, every time he uses it, he goes to sleep to I guess to recharge, and it pretty much ends him for like 2 hours, and he's practically useless. So she told him that he has to, you got to be careful using this, because if you leave Riko by herself for 2 hours down here, man, she'll get murked. You don't want on your conscience. So, and then she like sent him on the way. She had an assistant there, another girl that befriends them and stuff, which is pretty cool. So they set off finally, and that's when they run into Rabbit Boy, and or I think Boy, or maybe it was a girl. I can't remember. Um, that's when she got hit with that porcupine monster. Swells up. She's at death's door. He's bawling his eyes out. He nearly tries to cut her arm off. Fucking botches that shit because he had like a knife, but it was like not really the best knife for that. Um, Stuff. He got her arm. Her arm's the size of Brazil. And yo, it was pretty gnarly there. So she comes over. She's like, "Yo, I'll help." He comes over and he's like, "Yo, I'll help you out." And he's like, "Yo, I mean, I remember you're the one that was following us the whole time." That's so take her back to the crib on this layer, and pretty much had to clean her up and stuff. And then she sent Nanachi sends him out to go and gather like different stuff to help. They had to get like these mushrooms and stuff that latches on to help pulls out poison. Had to like obviously fix her arm because her arm was not all mangled and shit. So pretty much this part's pretty it's cool because you see the help and you see that there's a possibly new person to help them out, but then you see there was a dark part to this because then they went into the story of Nanachi and Mitty, and he was Nanachi was explaining there's this guy further down, he's layer 5 named Bondrew, and he actually escaped the facility. So Bondrew, let's bring up the Bondrew picture. Oops. This dude, you see this guy? This motherfucker here? Bruh, such a good villain. But pretty much what he used to do is he would go up to the top. He went up to the top, get a bunch of orphans, bring them down, and then he experiment the fuck out of them, bro. Found like a little hole on this thing that guards pretty much it's an outpost that pretty much guards the entrance to layer 6. And it's pretty crazy because when he was trying to find different ways, he was just terrible to these kids, man. What he did, there was a hole that goes down to 6, but it's just a hole you don't want to enter that way because it's pretty much just a cavern. And he would like put these kids in these jars and drop them down in there, and they would like transform. And the thing is, the curse is that when you try to come back up from layer 6, going down is fine. It's coming back up. That's the problem. When you come back up, the curse kicks in and you transform. And Nanachi's kids came out looking like this rabbit thing, but her friend Mitty. So this was Mitty before. And on the way back up, they all turn into this thing, and this hole is full of these things, man. I don't know what to call them. Gremlins? Some shit. And just to describe to people that if you are listening to the podcast on Anchor, it looks like a blob with hands, and pretty much it's just like practically useless. It's horrible. And just Google MIDI into the abyss, and you'll be able to see what the hell I'm talking about, man. It's whew. But it went over the story because they were really close. Everyone else didn't like Nanachi because he had smell, and you know he was orphaned, but he was homeless, and they pretty much slept in the same bed. The dude Bondrew came, hey, Midi, I need you to come. We gotta do some medical stuff. And Nanachi follows, and then see them in the room. She's trapped. Midi's trapped in this tube. He puts her in the other tube, dropping them both down. Coming back up, Nanachi turns into this thing, and Midi turns into the blob from hell. And from there, he pretty much they after a little time passed because he made her do a whole bunch of stuff, which they talk about later. And then she Nanachi escapes with Midi, and that's how they end up on the third layer. So he shows it's pretty much just a blob laying down in the room, like eating, chewing on stuff. It's just pretty bad. And the thing about it is I think they don't. It's hard to kill these things. They like are almost practically immortal. So then she didn't. Nanachi didn't have a way to kill her. So while this whole time this going on, Riko's still fucking unconscious on the bed. So he's like, "Yo, we need to go out and we gotta defeat that porcupine monster." So they're going out, and Nanachi's backing up Rag, and he's like, "Yo, you gotta follow my instructions, cause I can tell you how to defeat this thing." And it was about to eat a black whistle guy, which I think they're just normal explorers. They don't go any further than the fourth layer. Has him cornered, so he goes and fights the porcupine thing. Nanachi's giving instructions. Buster, fucking straight, uses the cannon, almost kills it. It like runs away, so he pretty much defeats it. And then Nanachi had to drag him back because he was unconscious. So then Riko gets up at the end, pretty much at the end. What I did is I watched the movies instead of watching the series over. I watched the movies, and so she wakes up, and they pretty much just heal. The hardest part was pulling those mushrooms out because apparently they like really go in deep. You had to pull the mushrooms out so that she get her arm back. So she had like a gnarly scar, which is crazy. And that was pretty much the end of the second movie. Because then after that they leave to go to where Bondrew is. That's the third movie that just came out in 2000. Yeah, in January. I didn't even know it came out in January. I think I was just distracted because Australia was on fire. We got to dodge a World War III. COVID started creeping around the corner. So I didn't even know it came out. I just recently watched a third movie, and it is a hell of a movie, man. The third movie is called Dawn of the Deep Soul. Well, that's in English, and there is an English sub to it out. So there's actually English subs to all the stuff. So if you don't feel like reading subtitles, shit, you could go ahead and knock that out. Just watch it in English. Each one's about an hour and a half. They're fairly lengthy, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. But they're good watches, man. I can't rave about this anime enough. So the third movie pretty much just covers they going down to the fifth layer. They butt up on Bondrew, and they meet this girl, which is his daughter. Do I have a picture? I do not have a picture of her. That is nuts. What's her name? Prishka. Yeah, Prishka. So yeah, they meet up on Prishka, man, and Prishka is turned out to be the daughter of this dude named Bondrew. Bondrew's a motherfucker, bro. I never see so much. Like, they're like, they kind of like, how do I explain this villain, man? So he's like really nice to this girl named Prishka, and there, he's like, yeah, y'all can stay, blah 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 blah, and Riko goes upstairs. She goes upstairs, passes out. Prishka comes and tries to help her out and stuff. I was like, okay, we gotta get up these stairs, and she has this little friend with her. Um, Try to see if I could get a picture here real quick. Oh, okay, there we go. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. So that's Prishka. She has this little friend, and if you focus, you can see how to navigate up the stairs without this special region that people are passing out. And give me a second. Okay. So yeah, so they go upstairs and they already snatch Reg, bro. And they fucking chopping this dude's hand. They chopped his arm off. Yo, man, that shit was crazy. They were experimenting on him and stuff, stabbing through the belly button, like testing how strong his skin was. Man, that shit was crazy. So obviously, they had to try to escape, and they had to leave his arm. He's half passed out. So they lead him into this forest on the fifth layer. And the thing about this forest is that apparently there's these beasts that are supposed to be like extremely like dangerous. And this is the part that threw me off when I was watching this with when I was watching this about Bondru. So these things they did something. Nanachi sketched his plan. The beast attack, kills off a whole bunch of his followers and stuff. Bondru straight wiped them out. Easy. I was like, oh god, it's one of these villains. So he comes out. So then they actually have a fight against him, and they're fighting this dude, man, and they're busting his ass, man. They're getting this boy to work. They got him. He starts to he starts to get deformed and stuff as he's fighting, and then they like Reg drops a boulder on him, and so Priska comes out. She's all crying. She's like, "Dad, Dad, no!" So she's all the thing. And there was this other guy next to her. I guess it was another one. His henchman walks over, takes off his helmet, puts Bondru's helmet on, transforms straight into Bondru. So this dude can't die because he could transfer his brain power or whatever, his essence or spirit or whatever, between bodies using this helmet. So here we go again. So like, so pretty much, the girl Nanachi, he kept asking her to stay. We could do the same thing we was doing before. So before she escaped with that blob that I showed earlier, which is Midi, he used to have her fucking doing experiments and shit on the kids, on the orphan kids. And what they were doing is that they were like pretty much just dismembering them. It gets dark. It gets real fucking dark. He was dismembering them and put them in these cases, which is helping him maneuver around different levels and stuff, so he doesn't get hit with the curse like that. It was keeping him normal, but he had a tail and shit, so normal is relative in this thing. And obviously and the helmet is a relic, which allows you to transfer yourself from person to person. So all those people that were around him, pretty much, you could just move. If you switch the helmets, he'd be able to move between those bodies. So that way he doesn't have to leave the fifth layer. And pretty much they go back, and then they have to go back to try to get Reg's arm and stuff and stop him. And pretty much they did Preska dirty, man. His own daughter. They did Preska dirty, man. They did her dirty as fuck. They fucking dismembered her ass, put her in a box and stuff. But it is fucked up what he did, but it kind of worked out for them because they can't get to sixth layer without a white whistle. That's what you need to get to the next layer. And the only white whistle they had was her mother Lyza, Riko's mother Lyza. But it only works for that particular person. So even though they had the whistle, they probably wouldn't be able to get to the sixth layer without her own special whistle. So walking around with that with our mom's whistle was pretty much useless. And after they beat the shit out of, they actually defeat Bonju. It's a really good fight. If you watch this anime, I advise you. The third movie has the best fight, most fighting, and the best animation. Definitely a good watch. So after they defeat him and stuff, we think this dude dead. They found out that Prishka's in one of the cases I was talking about. Yeah, they cut her ass apart, put her in a case. But she eventually, because I guess what she wanted to do was go on an adventure with Reg and the whole family and stuff. I wanted her dad to be happy. She actually transformed into a white whistle and was able to allow them to go into the sixth layer. And while there was a when it was just about to enter the sixth layer, they looked back and they realized that another guy was wearing the helmet. So he pretty much still alive. He just transformed himself. So he never really defeat this guy. But they came to like a understanding, yo, you could go ahead, you got the whistle, you're all set. But and that's where the third movie ends. And obviously the manga's still going on, so I'm assuming there's gonna bring on another movie as time goes on. But at this point, this is where it stops animation wise. And if you want to continue, you got to read the manga. And I think I'm gonna start. I haven't read the manga that far, since so I'm gonna probably try to find where the movie ends manga wise, and then I'll just continue on there like how you did Attack on Titan. And but for this anime, man, it's funny because I like stumbled upon it, and it's very good. Um, Trial so far, definitely overall, I give it a 5 out of 5. Good stories, very good characters, a lot of goddamn crying, a lot of crying. But you know, they're all kids. You got these kids doing this shit. It's a lot, so much you could do because how far does the as far as we know, there's 6 layers, but we don't know. No one's seen the bottom, so how much further does it go? They could do so much stuff. And I assume if you read the manga, there's there are probably more layers there. I haven't read the manga, so I can't really talk on that. So I definitely recommend it. Story's strong as hell. Strong characters. It's a little slow at the beginning, but not long. Like probably episode and a half, and then they go. You see them on their first adventure when they first got attacked from one of the animals, Riko and a couple of the orphan kids, and then once Red gets in there, it pretty much speeds up. Um, Music wise, not really much to talk about music. I'm not really big on that, so definitely check it out. Mid in the Abyss. I'll tell you, just watch. If you don't want to read the manga, you don't need to watch the TV series. Just watch the 3 movies. They pretty much cover. The first 2 movies are just a recap of the TV show, and then the third movie it continues on. So just watch the movies. Um, the first one's Made in the Abyss, Journey's Dawn. The second one's Made in the Abyss, Wandering Twilight, and then the third one is Made in the Abyss, Dawn of the Deep Soul. Very good, very good. So make sure y'all enjoy that. You're looking for something to watch for Christmas as you wait for Attack on Titan episodes to come out. Go ahead, check this shit out, man. It's a good watch. All right, I'm gonna take a short break here, and then I'll be back. We'll go over some good stuff that came out this week. A lot of trailers and stuff came out for Marvel. Man, they dumped everything. They announced some good stuff for Star Wars, which is good, which is cool. And I'll give my spill on that. But give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back, and we'll go ahead and talk about some more bullshit. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anyone here in the chat, probably not. But I pretty much just post all this stuff onto my YouTube. Be sure to if you're on Twitch, you can see all my social stuff at the bottom. sure to give me a follow on YouTube. There is 13 other episodes before this one. With me and my co-host Dwayne. As I say, he is in here today. But anyway, so we got some good stuff. They announced a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, stuff we already knew. Um, a lot of it's TV shows. So what I'll do here is I'll just go over. I'll go over, I guess, the Marvel stuff first, since I actually have these trailers. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for this stuff as usual. I'll try not to. I'll either talk through it or I'll just have the audio off. So obviously the first one I think is coming out in January, WandaVision, which has Scarlet Witch and obviously the Vision, which was brutally murdered at the end of not Infinity War, Endgame. No, he was killed in Infinity War. He didn't show up in Endgame. Yeah, rip that thing right out of his head. So yeah, I pretty much I guess she just created like if you read the comics, I know they had the one where she created the world in her head, where but it wasn't with the Vision though. I think like Magneto was like the pretty much the emperor of the world and stuff like that. But it was all made up in her. The only person that had memories was Wolverine. Obviously, that stuff not in here, but I'm assuming that she did something similar because of her trauma of losing Vision. And it looks like it jumps around uh, timeline to timeline. Oh God, look at the fro. But yeah, you see. But I don't think it looks like she doesn't know that she's doing it. That's pretty nuts, pretty gnarly. It's a TV show, so weekly episodes, so it'll be a fun time. And it seems like they're really focusing on a lot more of the stuff to put on their Disney Plus than actual movies. So it may be a swing in how TV. I mean, how superhero stuff is doing. Like, especially because of all the stuff going on now. It's hard to get anything in theaters. It's cause like DC, they're coming through HBO Max, and they're pretty much just releasing all the 2021 slate. And Christopher Nolan was not too happy about that. So that was pretty cool. I know a lot of people already saw that trailer, so that's why I really didn't to deep into it. Next is one that just came out. The trailer not too long came out, actually 2 days ago, which is Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's gonna be interesting to see this dude because he's just a regular guy. He not a enhanced soldier. So yeah, but it's pretty cool because he has the who is she? Um, People are more versed at Marvel and probably have to tell me some of these characters. But I'm looking to see, man. It's gonna be his first. He's pretty much headlining this one, which is pretty awesome. And I actually like Falcon, but it's gonna be interesting because will people accept him as the new, technically the new Captain America? But I don't really. It doesn't really seem like he's running around with the shield. I'm not seeing it with the shield much. Hmm. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't really see him with the shield. He's still doing the Falcon thing. That's pretty neat. Damn. All right. All right. Okay. All right, man. Shit. Oh, that's fire. I like that. Um, Brainless action and the Winter Soldier. Yeah. So I don't know. Is he going to take the shield? Does he try to take the shield? He has a lot of fight back, or is this one of these things where he actually accepts the mantle at the end to lead into the new set of Marvel movies. It's gonna be cool seeing the buddy cop stuff. You saw a little play on that in was it Civil War? Civil War. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. All right. The next one that we saw was Loki. So I'm pretty much just going to go over the ones that have trailers first, and then after that we'll talk about, because there's some other ones that come out that they announced that obviously haven't had anything to them yet. This Loki one looks pretty fun, and they got Owen Wilson in this. They got Owen Wilson in this thing. So we already remember this from the end game. And they royally messed up getting the Tesseract. Oh man, you don't fucked up. Anyway, so yeah, he dipped, and then trying to get the. So I know, yeah, it just dumped him. That Rainbow Bridge just be throwing you. I mean, remember what they did with Thor and shit and Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Not exactly sure what happened, but they threw him on this sand planet. So I'm guessing this is going to pretty much be like him traveling around the, going through different stuff in the different universes. Is that one? Hey, so check. Wilson, man, he got that gray hair.
It's hard to say. You know, time passes differently here in the TVA. What does that mean?
TVA. Well, what's the TVA? I'm not a Marvel guy, man, so I'm gonna need help with all this stuff. Okay. So looks like he's going before a tribunal. They're going. He looks like he's getting judged. Man, this damn volume so loud. So, yeah, it looks like he's pretty much just jumping around. Hey, is that yo? Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, did you see that? I think that's what's her name? Man, what's that woman's? Black Widow. Is that Black Widow? She's trapped in the spirit world after sacrificing herself. Or it might be just a different universe, a different Black Widow. All right, Tommy, listen. And he jumps out the plane. All right, that was fire. Looks like fun. Looks like fun. Another good one. I'm just happy that all this stuff going on. wait. I kind of want to.
What did you expect?
That didn't go according to plan. Alright. So next is I know they have the animated version of all the what if stories. Woo, too loud. So the what if stories is pretty much what if there's spin-offs of stuff that happened on the main timeline. So what if Thor had cut off Thanos' head? Stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty fun to see the different, and it's animated, so obviously they're not limited by regular rules. So that's gonna be fun to see. You see, like it looks like they gave Captain Britain. Okay. It looks like what's her name? Peggy Carter actually got the secret serum. Here. Okay.
Sounds fun. But why stop at one
Okay.
world when we can show you all of them?
And I assume that
I am the Watcher.
each story. Oh, the Watcher, man, that's dope. Oh yeah, because he pretty much narrates the story. So
Follow me and dare to face the unknown.
so each story is an episode. And they got zombies.
And ponder the question.
What if? Hey, that's dope. I like it. I like it. And it's animated, so and they could probably introduce a couple more characters and stuff. So that'll be fun. And then finally on our trailer run around is I think the Hawkeye. Yeah, they dropped the Hawkeye trailer. Yeah, finally Hawkeye got some fucking love.
We won.
It was funny. Was it hasn't Hawkeye been trying to retire from since the second Avengers movie? I would have been trying to retire because I just can't retire. So I have absolutely no idea what they're gonna do with this. I know absolutely nothing about Hawkeye. If I want to read a dude about arrows, I just read Green Lantern. Not Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Is this really a trailer or is this just a clip of stuff? Yeah, I don't think this is an actual trailer. Yeah, it's not a real trailer. Is it? I don't know. I think that shit from Taken. No, it's not Taken. All right. It looks like it was fan made, so I may be fucking up here. But yeah. Oh well, we could dream, right? Okay, so that's that for that, and then just to go over the other stuff that's coming out. All right, so Hawkeye. Then there's a Miss Marvel coming out, so that's gonna be pretty interesting. I did see some stuff on the internet though. They were talking about how like they were already messing up the production, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't go off of that stuff, but most of the time that stuff be wrong as fuck. So yeah. Um, She-Hulk. Yeah, I remember they were talking about She-Hulk's coming out. Moon Knight. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Uh, Marvel's Batman with Marvel's Batman with schizophrenia. Secret Invasion, which was a hell of a read in the comics, so it's going to be interesting with that. It has Nick Fury and this Skrull, so that's going to be actually pretty interesting. And then I think Ironheart, which is the girl that pretty much re-engineered the Iron Man suit, and she pretty much became Iron Man. And if I might be wrong by thinking the comic the voice that talks to Iron Man is actually Tony Stark. I don't know if they're gonna do that in the show though, so that'll be pretty much. And then Armor Wars, from what I hear, is the one with Don Cheetah, which is War Machine. He goes around seeing what happened to all of Tony Stark's tech after Tony Stark dies. Okay. So then, guess I'll put this on the screen because I ain't got no trailers for these. So obviously they continuing to expand the Star Wars universe, which is pretty cool. Um, so what they got? Rangers of the New River. Now I'm gonna be real with you guys. My knowledge of Star Wars is very outside of the TV stuff and the movies that came out, man. I don't know nobody, man. Like, I know there's a bunch of books. I keep saying I will read them. Doesn't happen. And then, obviously had the cartoon shows. What was it? The Clone Wars and then stuff like that. That's pretty good. And I haven't finished watching Clone Wars, so there's that. But so the Lucasfilms they announced that they're gonna release Ahsoka, and if you're watching The Mandalorian, Ahsoka kick ass. A girl's a bad bitch. Rangers of the New Republic. I have no idea, but it's a Mandalorian spinoff. I don't know what that is. So if you're a YouTube or something, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what the fuck that is. Andor. If I remember, Andor was that guy from Rogue One. Uh, that's as much as I know about him. Obi-Wan Kenobi. At least I know that one. And Hayden Christensen, man. They brought that boy off the farm. Told him, hey, come back and play as Darth Vader. That'd be cool. So hopefully we get a couple more encounters with them. Because the only real encounter we had was obviously the fight at the end of episode 3. And then the old Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader fight in the original trilogy. And back then the technology wasn't good to give us a really good fight. So hopefully they match up again or sporadically run into each other throughout the series. Bad Batch, which I understand is a Clone Wars spinoff about like the clones that rebelled. Um, Star Wars Vision, animated short films, Lando. So guess we get to see some stuff about Lando. Um, he tells so many stories. It's gonna be interesting. I remember Angry Joe. He was saying that they didn't do him justice. I think they did him justice. Lando's an asshole. He's like not only did he betray them in the Solo movie, he betrayed them. He betrayed Solo in the original trilogy. He just betrayed that dude left, right, and left. Fuck that guy. It's gonna be fun to see him. Droid story. R2D2 and C3PO return in the series introducing a brand new droid. Okay. And Willow. What's Willow? Ron Howard's 1988 film. What's Willow? Gotta look that up. Okay, it's by Ron Howard. Man, I never saw this. Now I gotta go and watch this. So there's a Blu-ray. All right, let's go ahead. If you haven't seen it before, I've never seen it before, so let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Moses. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it has nothing to do with Star Wars. Okay. All right, cool. So is that him grown up? All right, so I'm gonna have to watch this and get back on this later. I didn't even know this shit existed. The amount of movies I watch. 1988, George Lucas. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Didn't know that shit existed. So that has nothing to do with Star Wars, but they're rebooting it. Hopefully, I'm gonna watch the original. Hopefully, they don't mess up the new one. And I think that is pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it for all the stuff coming out. Um, so that's pretty fun, man. A lot of stuff that's spent next year and beyond. Um, we all looking forward to that stuff, man. It's gonna be a fun TV show wise. All the stuff coming into HBO Max, all the DC stuff, and Wonder Woman's coming out in a couple weeks on Christmas Day. Could catch it in theaters or on HBO Max, so that'll be fun. I'm really definitely looking for that. I haven't had any real comic book movie stuff in a while, so I'm definitely craving that. So this week, man, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, I watched like a bunch of stuff, man. This week, Hayaku, I think is the volleyball one. Knocked that out. Cowboy Bebop, and I went through all the seasons of Attack on Titan before I watched the most recent episode. Also, I've been throwing my life away because I got Cyberpunk and I just started it. And like I said, I woke up at like 6:30 this went to sleep at 6:30 this morning. Cool thing is I got a whole bunch of so funny story. So Australia, so there's a couple people on YouTube, not YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, on my Instagram page that I follow, and I think it's this girl. She lives in Australia, so she got the game early, and if you get it digital, obviously you get it even earlier. So she had a digital, so she had it. For me, would have been the 8th, because everyone that had digital had got it on the 9th. So it was the 9th in Australia, and I'm on LG, and she's playing the game. It's the 8th here in the United States, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is not fair, and stuff. I didn't get it digital. I actually got it because I traded in my because I got an Xbox Series X, so I traded in my Xbox One, and the money that I got from that I used to pay um, Cyberpunk off in full, and also bought a whole. I also got a whole bunch of different accessories with it. So obviously I got the guide, which is pretty cool. I've been like looking through the stuff. It actually goes over a whole bunch of stuff. It tells you the history of leading up to 2077, which is totally fucked up history. And if the world actually goes like this, we're all doomed. And then it obviously goes over different scenarios and stuff. It tells you how to do a completion guide on like if you want a linear progression, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And along with that, I got this cool ass chain. Let's see if I could. Oh shit! Yeah. So I got this cool ass chain. Um, I didn't obviously all this came from the trading, and then finally, and because GameStar isn't doing too well right now, so like a lot of stuff is on discount. Oh, oh. See, but it comes with a stand, so it's more decorative for me right now. I really need to step up my decorations. All right, so it's pretty hard to put that back up, but yeah. So that's pretty cool. And after all of that, I paid a grand total of like $10. So I'm gonna just put you back over there. So, and obviously I play the game, and the game seems to be pretty good. Obviously, it comes with its glitches and stuff, um, as all games do. You know, like characters walking through walls and shit. uh, but it's pretty cool. I'm playing on my big TV, so that's always fun. And I think we've come to the end of the show, guys. I went over everything. We talked about some games. Oh, did anyone watch the Game Awards? Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. It's crazy, man. I didn't think The Last of Us 2. Like aside of all the other bullshit about the characters and stuff. I think it kind of clean sweep, man. It won best music. It won best story. I think game of the year. It won a lot of awards, and I'm actually pretty surprised because I thought Ghost of Tsushima was pretty fucking dope story wise. I thought that would have won something. Um, Music wise, I thought Doom Eternal. That soundtrack is fucking fire. Like I was actually pretty surprised. Pretty surprised. I didn't get anything. Um, you know. Oh shit. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I was actually pretty surprised. I know, and I ain't trying to shit on Last of Us 2. I think that the category where the lead act, best act, voice actress, that was actually pretty. I think that was pretty right. I was expecting somebody like that. And then there was Final Fantasy VII remake. Like I just don't know how they won everything. But that's neither here or there. I'm not really I could guess a game connoisseur, so I can't really put much input to that. But I just expected something different. But it is what it is. So, hey, let me know what y'all think about if you decide to watch the anime. Let me know what you think about that. Um, and if you were here just listening, thank you for joining. Be sure to subscribe, see more stuff. Check out my YouTube links here in the bio. Gat Boy Best. Be sure to subscribe there. I only got 29 subscribers. Help your boy get to 30. Help me get to 30. Sort of follow me on Instagram, That Boy Best Gaming, Twitter, That Boy Best. Uh, you know, so be sure to follow me on all those things. Let me see if this works. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, I gotta work on that. But yeah. So be sure to follow me on those stuff. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what anime is out there y'all are interested in. And I'll join y'all next week. I think next week we are doing a Christmas one. Erased. Oh. Yeah. So we're doing Erased next week. I think it's called Erased. Hopefully Dwayne will be back for that one. If not, you'll just have to listen to me going on. I actually did like an hour. About an hour. So I'm actually proud. This actually went a lot better than the first time I did a solo. Because I don't think I had a lot of pause breaks. But that's neither here or there, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. And as always, guys, be safe out there. Peace.